SFUSD, that's the place to be. SFUSD, bienvenidos a Tijuana. SFUSD, everyone come and see. SFUSD, join our family. S is for students, F for families too. U is for united, talking about me and you. S for solidarity, D is for diversity. SFUSD.
Hola scientists, it's great to see you on this wonderful Tuesday. ¿Cómo están todos? That's great to hear. Oh, that's one of our senses. Do you remember the 5 senses that we talked about yesterday? Ooh, some do and some don't. I have an idea. To review what we learned, I'll point to my senses, my 5 senses body parts, and you will all say what sense I'm referring to. I'll do it 2 times, and the second time, I'll say the senses while I point. Are you ready to review with me? A ver, let's see. I heard some scientists get all of them right. Let's go ahead and say them together this time. Sight, smell, sound, taste, and touch. Muy buen trabajo, scientists. We talked about these yesterday because scientists, us, use the 5 senses to make observations. An observation that I made about yesterday is that we don't have a question to guide us this week. I was thinking our question could be, how do scientists make observations? Do you think this question will help us learn more about making observations as scientists? I sure hope so too. I know one answer to this question is the 5 senses, but scientists, I'm not really sure if we understand how to do that quite yet. Yesterday, I asked you all to search and find an item to observe during our time together. I hope you found an object because it's going to help us answer our question, how do scientists make observations? Ayer, I had shown you a 5 senses chart that I made for bacon, and now we're going to make our own. In order for us to make our scientific observations, we will need a piece of paper, a pencil, an item to observe, and coloring tools, but those are optional. I do have a question for all of you before we continue. We will need 2 more tools in order to make these observations. If we are using our senses of sight and touch today, what additional scientific tools will we need? Eso, you got it. The scientific tools that we need are our eyes and our hands. Let's all take a moment to make sure we have our supplies. My hand. Bueno, I'm ready. Before we dig in and make our observations, we have to set up our chart. My bacon chart had 2 columns, one for the senses and the other to write your observations. You can use a ruler to make straight lines, but that's optional. Please follow along with me while I make my chart, and make sure to leave a little space at the top for a title. Scientists, let's count how many boxes I have in each of my columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 boxes for the 5 senses. So now that we've drawn our 2 columns, we can label the 5 senses boxes. Since we're using our sight and touch to observe today, let's just draw those different body parts. In one box, I'm going to draw an eye, and in the other, a hand. So the eye for sight. And a hand. I'm gonna draw a cartoon hand with just 4 fingers, because 5 fingers are hard to draw. Great. You know, I made a space for the title, and I almost forgot to write it. We're going to write blank 5 senses chart. senses chart. And we'll each write our different objects in the space. Today, I chose to observe a lemon. What item are you going to observe? Ooh, sounds like that will be a great item to observe. Since I'm going to be observing a lemon, my title is going to be Lemon 5 Senses Chart. What is your chart title going to be? Interesante. Some of you as scientists are observing the same items. What a coincidence. Well, let's go ahead and write our titles so we can get started. I want to use orange. Even though lemons are yellow, the yellow is hard to see. Lemon 5 Senses Chart. Buenísimo. Let's start our observation, scientists. We'll start by using our eyes. When we are using our sense of sight, what are some things that we can observe? See, we can observe the colors, any differences like spots, the quantity, the shape, and many other things. Let's all take a moment to use our sense of sight to observe our items. And I'm going to fill out my chart while I observe. That way I don't forget my observations. You can also fill in your chart as you observe. Okay. So the lemon is yellow. It's shaped kind of like an oval. Ovalish. And it has a lot of little spots. Well, I guess they're more like dots, little dots all over. And on the sides, it looks like it has a belly button. Maybe I could call that a white spot. White spot on one side. Cool. Well, let's keep moving on, scientists. We'll go over what we wrote after we finished making our observations. Let's move on to our sense of touch. We need to use our hands for this one. What are different things that we can feel when we're using our sense of touch? Wow, so many descriptive words. I heard some scientists say rough, smooth, bumpy, squishy, wet, sharp, hard, and many, many more. Let's go ahead and take some time to observe our items. If you have a food item that can be cut open or peeled, try doing that and see if there's more to observe. So it feels kind of rubbery and smooth. I'll write that. Rubbery. Mostly smooth, I should say. And when I touch it, it dries my skin. I guess I could say it feels kind of dry. Dry. Kind of slippery at the same time. How weird. I wonder why. Oh my goodness, scientists. Look how many observations I made. Were you able to get down all of yours? It's okay if you didn't. Now that you know how to use your sense of sight and touch like a scientist, you could finish this on your own later. Let's check out what I wrote on my chart. So when I looked at my lemon, it looked yellow, ovalish. It had a white spot on one side and had little dots all over. When I touched it, it felt rubbery, mostly smooth, dry, and slippery. Did any of you make the same observations, but with different items? Isn't that interesting? What was the most interesting thing that you noticed about your item? Ooh, that's really cool. I really want to continue making interesting observations about my lemon, but I realize that we're running out of time. I really enjoyed using my sense of touch and sight with all of you today. Tomorrow, we will use our ears, noses, and mouths to make more observations about our same items. Please try to save them for tomorrow. If you can't, please be sure to get another of the same item. I can't wait to see you all then. Nos vemos.
Hi, everybody. My name is Ms. G, and I'm an art teacher and an artist just like you. Have you looked out your window lately? Ah, art. Have you noticed line, color, and texture? Have you noticed that nature is art? It's always creating. With my 5 senses and the elements of art, I am going to collect some fallen nature to bring back to my studio to create a sculpture, to make art with art. Can you go out into your environment with someone in your life, look for fallen nature, and create your own art sculpture? Look at all this fallen nature. I'm going to look for fallen nature that interests me. I'm going to use my 5 senses, well, maybe not taste, of looking at the leaf, zigzag lines, vertical line, diagonal line, color, green, red, yellow, brown, texture, feeling, smooth, soft. I'm going to smell it. I'm going to touch it, texture. I'm going to hear it, hello, but I'm not going to taste it. I'm going to collect some more fallen nature. What will you collect? What did you find in nature? I found art with curvy lines that are gray with smooth texture. I even found a berry that fell from a tree. I wonder if animals use their 5 senses to enjoy nature. I saw the red berry. I noticed the curvy lines and the zigzag lines. I touched and felt the smoothness of the berry. I smelled the berry. I listened to the berry, but I did not taste the berry. I thought, ooh, this will make an excellent piece of art for my art. Now, I am going to put my pieces of fallen nature together to create a 3D sculpture, a piece of art. I might move my art around on my page. I might try different ideas. I might notice how the colors and the lines and the textures work together like pieces of a puzzle. When I'm finished with my art piece, I could draw what I created. I could connect the pieces with tape or glue. I could display or hang my art in some way. Or I could return my pieces of fallen nature to nature. Can you share this process with others? Can you teach others how to make art from nature? Art from art? We at SF Loves Learning love to see what you've created. You can share your art with us by following the link to our website or by taking a picture of the QR code. I had such a great time with you today exploring how nature is art, using our 5 senses and the elements of art, line, color, and texture, to create something new, just like nature. Now, let's go make some more art.
Hello, my name is Araceli Leon, or as my students like to call me, Maestra Leon. Today we will be reading Pete with No Pants by Robo Watkins with permissions from Chronicle Books. Pete with no pants. Shortly after breakfast, Pete decided he was a boulder. Do you think that he's a boulder? Let's see. I'm big, check. I'm gray, check. And I'm not wearing pants. Yep, I'm a boulder. Yay! Boulders are the best! Knock, knock. Knock, knock. Someone has to say, who's there? Well, it doesn't seem like the boulder's responding to him much. Knock, knock. Who's there? Boo, boo-hoo. Wah, boulders are the worst. Soon, Pete had a better idea. Let's see. I'm gray, check. I'm nuts about acorns, check. And I'm not wearing pants. Yup, I'm a... What do you think he's going to be? Let's see. Yup, I'm a squirrel. Did you think that? Give me a connection sign if you did. Oh, and now the squirrels in the trees have something to say. Is that a boulder? Well, it's big and gray, and it's not wearing pants. Yep, that's a boulder. Knock, knock. Who's there? A hungry talking boulder! Oh. Peekaboo. The squirrels are all yelling, run! Yay! Hide and seek is the best. Ready or not, here I come. Peekaboo. Mom? Put on your pants, please. Boulders wear pants? But I was a squirrel. Well, you look like a naked pigeon, and it's time for dinner. Stuffed and scrubbed, Pete went to bed. Night, night, Nakey bird. Next morning was cloudy. Let's see. I'm gray, check, and puffy, check, and clouds never wear pants. Nope. Pick, pick. Coo, coo. Coo, hoo. The squirrels are talking again. There goes that boulder with no pants again. Oh, let me say that again. There goes that boulder with pants again. Why is it chasing a flying pebble? I think it's a pigeon. Giant pigeons don't wear pants. Peekaboo. I see you. Who's there? Yoo-hoo, coo-hoo, woo-hoo. Where are you? Ah, birds are the worst. Is that a cloud? Well, it's gray and rainy and not wearing pants. Yep, that's a cloud. Who knew clouds could walk? Knock, knock. Knock, knock. Who's there? It's me. The end. Oh, that was a really good story. It looked like Pete was really trying to find friends. I wonder, what are some other things that are gray and, let me see, that's big, gray, and not wearing pants? Can you draw a picture and share it with us? I'd love to see what you come up with. Okay, readers, I'll see you again next time. Bye!
Hi, everybody. I'm Miss Jyoti.
Hi everyone, I'm Mr. Bongo.
And we're from San Francisco Ballet's Dance in Schools and Communities program. And if you watched us last week, we took you on an outer space journey. Well, buckle up, because we're going back to outer space. Are you ready, Mr. Bongo?
Let's go!
3, 2, 1, blast off! Wow, do you see all the stars around us? It's beautiful out here. The first place we're going to visit is the planet Jupiter. Let's go. Jupiter is the biggest planet in the solar system, and it was also the first planet in the solar system. Now, if we look at the surface of Jupiter, we can see a big red spot. And that red spot is actually a big storm. We're about to get caught in the storm! How do you move if you're caught in a storm? Whoa! Whoa! It's so windy! Show me your stormiest dance! I think we better move on to another planet. Come on, get back in the rocket ship. The next planet in the solar system is Saturn, and Saturn is famous for its beautiful rings. But what's also interesting about Saturn is that if you were to have a giant ocean and put Saturn on it, it would just float because it's mostly made of gases. Let's be a floating, relaxed Saturn. How does that feel in your body? Is it light? Is it high? Is it low? Imagine you're Saturn, you're floating on a giant ocean, or in your orbit up in the solar system, feeling light. How does that feel just in your hand? What about just your head? Add some arms. How does that feel? To feel lighter. Lighter than water, lighter than air, lighter than anything. I could stay on Saturn all day. But it's time to explore the next planet. Now our next planet is Uranus. And Uranus looks like it's a blue color. What I find really interesting about this planet is that the other planets appear to be rotating like this, upright. But Uranus is the lonely planet that is rotating on its side. And it also has rings. How does it feel to move like this? Whoa, that's a whole different perspective. You try it. Oh my goodness, I'm getting a little dizzy. Let's check out our last planet. The last planet in the solar system is Neptune. And Neptune is also blue in color. And if you look in the night sky, you won't see Neptune because it's so far away from the sun. You need special instruments to see it. We're going to be Neptune. Neptune is cold because it's so far from the sun. How does your body move when you're cold? Mine is closed. I'm a little tense. It's hard for me to straighten out because I feel cold. Neptune is also windy. Sometimes it's even compared to that big red storm on Jupiter. Here we go again. Let me see the wind. I think we gotta get out of here. Get back in the rocket ship, everybody. Get back in the ship. Wow, I'm really glad to be heading back to Earth. Thank you so much for joining us on this intergalactic journey. Now we know we can learn about science through movement, through dance. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Hello, I'm Superintendent Dr. Vincent Matthews of the San Francisco Unified School District. It made me so happy to spend time with you today, and I hope you had fun too.
What did you make on the show today? Submit your content here using the QR code or go to bit.ly/SFUSD. Yes, why yes. And watch all of our episodes at sfusd.edu/SF loves learning.
And now it's time to say goodbye. So let's sing our goodbye song. For this song, you have to use your whole body. Will you sing it with me? Wave high, wave low. For now, it's time to go. Wave your elbows, wave your toes, wave your tongue, and wave your nose. Wave your knees, wave your lips. Blow a kiss with your fingertips. Wave your ears, wave your hair, wave your belly, and wave your derriere. Wave your chin, wave your eye. For now it's time to say goodbye. Bye-bye.
SFUSD, that's the place to be. SFUSD, bienvenidos a ti, 欢迎 SFUSD. Everyone come and see SFUSD. Join our family.